Did you know I was arrested over 13 times in my fight for freedom? Hello, I'm Mahatma Gandhi, known for leading India to independence through nonviolent resistance. However, this struggle had its sacrifices, including long periods in prison. But even in dark times, my faith in humanity never wavered. Do you want to know more about my journey? Subscribe and like the video to keep discovering my story. I was born on October 2, 1869 in Porbandar, a small town in western India. As part of the Vaishya merchant caste, my childhood was humble but comfortable. At 13 years old, my marriage to Kasturba was arranged, a common practice at the time. It wasn't easy, but our love grew over time, and Kasturba became my companion throughout the struggles we faced together. At 19, I left India to study law in London, which marked a significant cultural shift for me. This journey also marked the beginning of my internal struggle between the traditions of my childhood and the new ideas and cultures I was discovering. There I adopted vegetarianism, a choice that later became an essential component of my life philosophy. During these years, I also experimented with different forms of dress, seeking a balance between my Indian heritage and Western influence. It was a time of self-discovery that laid the groundwork for the leader I would later become. My greatest achievement, and one that still resonates in world history, was leading India to independence from British rule. My philosophy of satyagraha, or insistence on truth, based on nonviolent resistance, became the spark that ignited the fight for independence. I carried out numerous peaceful protests, including the famous Salt March in 1930. I defied British laws taxing salt, walking over 240 miles to the coast to collect my own salt. This symbolic act demonstrated to the world the injustice of the British regime and galvanized millions to join our cause. In 1947, we finally achieved independence. But the achievement was bittersweet, as it also marked the beginning of a painful division between India and Pakistan. However, my hope has always been that peace and nonviolence would prevail. Interestingly, despite being a trained lawyer, I defended my own cases in court during my trials. It is also notable that I often spun my own clothes, including the iconic dhoti I wore, as a sign of self-sufficiency and resistance to British products. My life came to a tragic end on January 30, 1948. A fervent Hindu nationalist, Nathuram Godse, fired 3 bullets into my chest at point-blank range. His motives were based on his discontent with my efforts to foster peace and unity between Hindus and Muslims during the violent partition of India and Pakistan. My last words, according to witnesses, were "Hey Ram," an invocation to God in Hindi. The loss was deeply felt worldwide, not just in India. My death was a turning point that left a void in the leadership and morality of the nation. But despite my tragic end, my message of peace and nonviolence has endured and has inspired countless movements worldwide, from Martin Luther King Jr.'s leadership in civil rights to protests against apartheid in South Africa. Interestingly, despite being considered the father of the nation in India, I never held an official position in the independent Indian government. My influence was such that my image adorns India's coins and banknotes, and my birthday, October 2, is celebrated as International Day of Nonviolence. Looking back, although my life was filled with trials and tribulations, I feel grateful for what I achieved. India's independence, although marred by the blood of division, remains a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the capacity of nonviolence to bring about lasting change. Thank you for letting me share my story with you. I invite you to subscribe and continue exploring the lives of other figures who have left their mark on world history.